Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another series for Casual Esports Amateur League. I am Ansem571,
And I'm CCK Roscoe.
and now we are bringing you Team Spare Parts versus Men's Women's Torment. MWT was a team back in Season 1, I believe, and they took a hiatus during last season to work on school, but thanks to Mr. Coronavirus, they are back again to try to win yet another season. Men and Team Spare Parts, they've been around the block for a few seasons now with the AMO and Minor Threat. Monte Carlo method was picked up, I believe, for last season. And we have a new bottom lane, Omagu and Whelming.
Yeah, lots of familiar faces around here. It's good to see people coming back.
Yeah, it's always good to see familiar faces. Today we actually have another double team fight comp for both sides.
Yeah, I am very excited to see this match. So, a couple things right off the bat that I'm seeing. Jarvan and Pantheon have a little bit of synergy with their ulti combos, and plus the Galio on top of that. You know, it takes a little coordination and timing, but if you can get that Pantheon ult right into the center of the J4 ulti, it's
And the
gonna be all
Galio ult as well.
yeah, just to come right on top of it. They do one thing though that is a little counterintuitive to their team comp is the Alawi. So Alawi is not great at going forward. She does all right. I mean, obviously she does do damage, right? But an ideal scenario for Alawi is the team coming to her. So maybe that's their like disengage idea. So like if the engage goes south, maybe Alawi just covers the retreat. Whereas if you look at Team Spare Parts, their team has one identity, and that is to go forward. And that's what you really like to see is like one cohesive identity from a draft. So I think I'm going to tip the draft in favor of Team Spare Parts, even though I love Alawi as a champion. um, I do have to give the draft to Team Spare Parts. Especially getting the Mordekaiser. You know, they picked the Alawi into the Mordekaiser, which that's not a great matchup for Alawi. She does okay. But Mordekaiser can alter after she ults, and that just gets rid of all of her tentacles, which is a lot of her damage.
Yeah, so timing is a very big key into this match, but also the Syndra. Sorry, Syndra bottom lane. That's going to be an interesting one. But
Oh,
yeah, there's no actual AD carry on the side of Men's Women's Torment. But
it's Syndra. Wait.
yeah, so let's go ahead and get right on into it. Mr.
All right.
Producer, send us into game one.
Oh my. It's Syndra Pantheon.
Yeah, this is a very volatile combo. If Syndra can get one good stun off onto this Varus, he's dead.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a really good CC stacking combo. I'm really interested to see how this lane goes for Men's Women's Torment.
agreed.
Spicy draft out of them. I like it. Yeah, because Varus is really immobile too. So I mean, Nautilus can root both of them up with the auto attack, but if they get onto that Varus, he's probably dead.
Yeah. Tonk, tonk, tonk.
They also got the Infernal and Dragon Skinnergy, so
Mhm.
you got that in favor of them on Men's Women's Torment. Early vision advantage goes to Men's Women's Torment, but I don't know that they're going to spot anything out with some of these shallow wards. Zac is not one that typically is going to invade, especially into a Jarvan.
Yeah, they're just going to be like, okay, Varus, pay attention, my dude. You're not even that was the first two auto attacks right there.
He fell
It's like
asleep. That's all right.
making sure his hype music is ready.
Sometimes you get sleepy in matches. It happens.
Yeah. In solo queue, I always got to put on that hype music. Nice amount of damage, early amount, with that ignite going down. Nautilus does hook, but you don't want to hook onto that after the fact.
Yeah, no, after Varus has taken that much damage, he just wants to get out of there, reset, get an HP pot going. All right. So yeah, you can't contest the wave anymore, Whelming and Amagu, so you definitely just want to sit back in XP range, let the wave come to you.
Yeah, he's not even able to pick up the farm because he is mistiming. Ooh, nice hook onto the Zaya, or onto the Syndra, but I've seen too many Zayas today. It's
Yeah,
not my fault.
plus Zyari as the name is really gonna send you in
Yeah, it's
for a
all
loop.
good. Oh, you did this to me. But Galio did lock up the Nico.
Yeah, that's a
Nico
solid
did
trade.
return some fire. Jarvan actually tried to jump in, but just barely missed. Didn't use the flash to get the knock up. Alright, now that things have calmed down a little bit, there is still the pressure for both mid and bottom lane. So, the side of Team Spare Parts, they do have to watch appropriately.
Oof. Yeah, this is a really bad trade for the Alawi. Unfortunately, she does not get the Test of Spirit anywhere near any of the tentacles. So, an unfortunate thing that happened with her. So she was going down to ward, and she accidentally dropped a tentacle in the river there. That's a really bad spot for
Ooh.
the tentacles. And she can't do anything to reset it but leave the lane. So she's gonna hope that Mordekaiser clears that tentacle for her.
That's horrible.
Yeah. So Mordekaiser's getting the better of these trades. And Alawi actually went for the grasp here, so she's going to be looking for much shorter trade opportunities, stacking that grasp and then Wing in with the harsh lesson, rather than going for the big test of spirit trades, which is what a normal Alawi conqueror build would do. Yeah, Mordekaiser being a good guy cleared that tentacle for her, so got a much better opportunity to get some clean trades. But oh my gosh, again the Death's Grasp just Alawi's not having a great time up here.
Yeah,
And
so
again,
you would go for the Conqueror rather than the Grasp, yes?
generally speaking, yeah. And in this matchup, you really want to be able to stack that Conqueror up into the Mordekaiser because he's going to go Conqueror. So your best bet is to match him in the extended trade.
Understandable.
Oh boy.
Oh, he did get the tentacle, but the Mordekaiser's auto was just strong enough to kill the Alawi. That'll be first blood for Mordekaiser and the Amo.
Yeah, the other thing I would say about the rune choice here, Alawi went for the bone plating, which generally speaking is pretty good. But with Grasp, you're going to want to get those short trades, so you definitely want Second Wind. So after you're disengaging from the fight, you can just...
Oh,
boy.
no, and Mordekaiser was 6. He's just going in. Pantheon also going in onto the bottom side. The Varus is just barely going to live after that flash. Doesn't have heal. Now Nautilus has to get away. And Varus actually with the snipe onto the onto Bob. Bunch of numbers.
Really well played by Amagu there to be patient and get that Q, making sure that Pantheon doesn't have his E up to block it. And Alawi somehow gets out of that Mordalt. I think,
So the Alawi also went for Time Warp Tonic, so she's able to just instantly heal for 100 with her Corrupting Potion every time she
okay.
procs it.
Yeah. Yeah, Mord's going to let her get this CS. Gives
That
him
was
a
a
good
nice
back
snipe for
timing.
the Varus, though.
Yeah. Really well played by Amagu and Whelming there. Being very patient, understanding that they're going to win. Oh, we got a disconnect.
Because this is a replay, he either comes back and it's all good, or he doesn't come back and it's a 4v5. And he is back, so it's all good.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
for those of you who don't know, in Seal rules, you're allowed 15 minutes of pause time for disconnects or issues like that. After those 15 minutes, you must unpause. The opponent's team can be gracious enough to give you their pause time, but if they choose not to, you have to play the 4v5 or just surrender right then and there. and hope to God that your fifth guy comes back soon.
Yeah, and in these times of inactivity or internet connectivity issues with all the maxed out bandwidths across the nation.
Oh yeah, no, Comcast is really making that money right now.
um, one thing I didn't note before is that the Nico actually is going for the Glacial Augment build as well. So she's probably gonna be going for that Hextech GLP rush. Oh, this is really good for
Nice
Alawi.
job, nice
Take the
job.
ult,
Oh,
yep.
and gets the ultimate off on as well. Is going to take down that spirit. It didn't seem like she got the grass proc.
Yeah,
No, she did not. She did not.
Yeah.
And the tentacles don't proc it either. So, yeah, I agree that grass just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And now the bottom lane is getting smacked up by them.
Oof.
And now Galio coming in for
Yeah.
the kill.
That's the combo they want there. They get easy prio on this Drake now. It's basically free unless Zach gets a drive-by snipe. Smite, rather. Ooh, test of spirits. She almost landed in between two tentacles too, which would be devastating for this Mordekaiser. You gotta get under that tower, Mord. You might be dead here.
I don't think he's dead, but he is
Well,
going to get close.
yeah, watch out for those tentacles on your respawn there, AMO. They will slap.
Alright, Zach is looking for it. The Pantheon is getting a little low. Oh no. It's a DDoS attack, everybody!
The secret strat.
The secret strat. How to stop people from from getting the objectives. You DDoS. No, that's
Men's Women's Torment is able to pick up the early Ocean Drake though, which is fantastic for them. We got Mountain Soul or Mountain Drake coming up next, so we're looking at either Infernal or Wind Soul. Checking in on items. Looks like Varus is going for the lethality poke build. He's got Airy, which suboptimal on the Varus.
you go for the Comet.
Either Comet or Dark Harvest is really the way to go on that one.
I
Comet
like
being the more consistent.
Well, also because it gives you access to
Mana Flow Band and
Mana Flow Band and Gathering Storm, while you have just a bunch of different stats that the Dark Harvest would not give to you.
That's very true.
Mordekaiser's looking for it. He's looking for that E, and he's got it. Ooh.
Oh, big damage coming out of
going down. Does get the aftershock off a little late, but he is going to live.
Well played by Whelming there to just soak all that damage with the aftershock proc. That was huge.
He actually didn't get it off until after the fact, though.
Wow, so he took all that damage.
Yeah, so he took the Syndra ulti. It was until Pantheon turned and used his E before he got the aftershock proc off.
Let's see. So actually, it looks like Syndra's going for the Hextech GLP as well. You'd think that the I don't know, maybe some magic pen or something would be good here. Ludens would be fantastic.
Ludens is just so overpowering against it.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, with lethality Varus, you don't really like wave clear that well. Like you one-shot everything after an item, but you're not at that item yet. So
yeah. Alawi looks like she's going for the Black Cleaver, which is a pretty standard first item rush for her. Gives her everything that she needs with the Rage passive, the CDR, and the Armor Shred. Mordekaiser going for the Haunting Guise, which is fantastic because he's ahead. Standard stuff coming out of the junglers here. Don't know exactly what Jarvan's going for. I would expect Warrior. Yep, he's going Warrior. Got the Proto Belt on the Galio. Hextech GLP completed for Nico. Aegis of the Legion completed for Nautilus. And nothing yet on the Pantheon. Pantheon gets Aegis of the Legion as well. I wonder if he's going to go for the Death Dance. It's such an expensive item. I would not expect you to build it on a support, but also I don't play support Pantheon, so.
Yeah, so as a damage support item, you would get Zeke's, but for that you need your ultimate to be useful, immediately on a turn.
True.
Pantheons isn't that. So
Yep.
unless if you're going to use that as like also with your engagement, you're almost never going to proc that. So you
Yeah.
go, okay, well, what else can I go for? Okay, well, maybe I could go for Umbral Glaive. Mordekaiser is just going to safely disengage with this beautiful ultimate that he has been granted by the Riot Gods.
They
200
stack.
years experience.
Yeah, right. They stack 3 top here.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Alawi's proc to tower because of the tentacle.
Yeah,
She's
the
staying under
tentacles.
tower and she's
Oof.
down. That was smart by the Amo. He actually,
Yeah.
I don't know if he purposefully got hit or not by that tentacle, but that actually was like the 200 IQ play.
Pretty. Yeah. I mean, really well played by Amo there. Yeah, especially if he did that on purpose.
Yeah, like if he did that on purpose, I would have been like, yep, nope. MVP of the game right there.
Yeah.
Just for that one play if that was on purpose.
Absolutely. He's 3-0. He's got a little bit of a CS deficit, but not much. Less than a wave.
Ooh, nice flash from the Zac. Just barely able to get out.
Pantheon ult
Pantheon
comes in.
launches himself in. But to the open air because there was nothing there anymore.
Oof. Yeah, a little early. You don't want to blow those ults this close to Drake. That ult is definitely not going to be up for it.
Yeah, so I've actually done support Pantheon. Death's Dance is not what you're supposed to go for first. You're supposed to go for a lethality item because
Yeah.
you want to do as much damage as you can with as little gold as possible.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Death Dance is just way too expensive, so I really hope he's not going for that. He probably won't complete it before 25 minutes, I would think.
No, it's so far away,
He
especially
just
since
doesn't have the
he has one
income.
assist. Like it does nothing.
Yeah.
So like the Umbral Glaive, it costs 2,400 gold. He would only have 1,000 left of it if he were going for that item.
Sure.
Just not even counting whatever gold he
Oof.
actually had.
Varus is forced to flash out, gets the ult.
And Syndra just barely one ball short. The Galio does ultimate and does stop the Nico from getting to the Jarvan. The Pantheon is trying to keep the Nico away. The Nico does ignite the Pantheon and just barely lives. Now the Syndra is trying to help kill out this Zac. The Zac is dead. Now the Galio went in and it's like, wait a minute, I don't want to go in on this. This is way too scary. Alawi does have her ultimate, but now it's way too
Yeah,
way too late.
I think
She's
I
way
think
too weak now.
yeah, I feel like Greedy Croc is just playing conservatively with the ult, maybe to prevent Mordekaiser from just ulting.
All ending him.
Yeah, but yeah, I think you just have to back here.
Yeah.
I don't know that you can contest this push. Sustaining up with the tentacle slams. Test the spirit.
I actually think that Death Stance wouldn't have been a bad idea for Alawi to have taken in this matchup.
I can agree with that.
Because it gives you the lifesteal, the MR,
Yep.
the damage reduction.
Yeah, Mordekaiser wants those extended trades too, so that's going to play in your favor. And you've
Yeah,
got the
now
craft to help
Alawi's
sustain
just
it.
trying to stay and wait until he does
Craft
get
tentacle
out. And
slams. Just
attack the tentacles.
hit
Just
the
hit the
spirit.
tentacles. Oh my god,
Oh,
Alawi.
yeah.
I even know that.
Yeah, with a spirit with half health like that, and Mordekaiser only having about 200, she clutches it out anyway. But yeah, you just hit the spirit there, and he dies.
Yeah.
Way safer, no risk whatsoever to you.
Yeah, because he already flashed, so he can't return damage to you at that
Yep.
point. And like with the Black Cleaver rush instead of the Death Stance for Alawi, you're not going against a champion that's building a lot of armor first.
Yeah.
So it doesn't do much, and especially with that cloth armor, like what is that supposed to be for? Like there's 4 AP champions
Yeah,
and
just
Varus is
one
going
melee.
lethality. Like he's not going to be autoing. He's going to be throwing out Qs. That's a worthless Ninja
Yeah.
Tabby.
Tenacity
0
is
out
so
of 5.
efficient on Alawi.
Like as the Ninja Tabby guy, I give that Ninja Tabby a 0 out of 5.
Yeah, a little. You know, I don't know. Oof. Nautilus
Now
snipes
Varus is-
Syndra.
And Varus does use the alcove to outplay him.
Hashtag
Yeah.
alcove outplay.
Yep.
Yomu's Ghost Blade to give him the extra movement speed to get out of that situation. Kite the Pantheon out. Yeah, I really feel like he's might be going for this Death Stance. If he builds a Caulfield's... Let's see, does he have money for it?
I do not agree with this
Yeah,
at all.
I really don't think that that's what you want. It's just so expensive.
Yeah, like it's what, it's like 3,000 gold.
3,500 actually. It's one of the most
Oh
expensive
Jesus.
items, yeah.
Yeah, no,
If
like
not the
that.
most expensive.
That's like having a Lux support building a Rabadon. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can, but like there's so many other items that are less expensive.
Yep.
Ooh, nice block on the Mordekaiser.
Oh my gosh.
And the Nico gets the dunk on all of them. Now Alawi's trying to return fire with her own ultimate. The Amo is going to go down to this one. And now the Nico and the Zac are looking to escape and will do just that.
Zach. Monte Carlo burning his flash there at the end to make sure that he's safe, but I think he was out. Really well played by Minor Threat there, though. I mean, great route on the Mordekaiser to ensure his death, and then the ulti was absolutely clean. Hit 3 people with it.
Clean AF. we're allowed one F bomb, and I'm not wasting it just yet. This is a PG-13 stream.
All right, so checking in on items, it does look like the Pantheon is going to end up going for that Death Stance. I mean, it's really risky. It's going to pay off when he gets it, but by then it might be too late. Zeke's Convergence on the Nautilus, Yomu's Ghostblade, and a Serrated Dirk for Varus. We got the GLP and a Blasting Wand for Syndra, Protobelt, and an Oblivion Orb for Galio, Fiendish Codex, and GLP for Nico. Probably going into the Twin Shadows, Spooky Ghost. Looks like a Black Cleaver coming out of Jarvan. Wait. Jarvan switched from Warrior to Cinderhulk.
That's actually a good idea.
I agree.
He needs to help be the front line with his team.
I agree, but I think that maybe he did it in base and I just didn't notice, but before he came out, but it's quite a bit of gold loss if he did sell it.
Alright, Mordekaiser's going in. He does get the ultimate, and now Alawi is under tower, is hitting all of these tentacles.
Oh, but so close.
Amo does get that knockup, and now they're trying to collapse onto this Jarvan before the Galio arrives, but it's too little too late. The Zac is going down. Mordekaiser does not have his teleport, so this is going down for the Zac.
Yeah, and Minor Threat was out of mana. Nothing you could really do there.
Shame.
They do pick up the Herald though, so at least consolation prize. They trade Zac's life for the Herald. And bot lane's getting a lot of pressure on this turret.
And he went for Spirit Visage, not for Warmogs. I kind of okay with that actually.
Yeah, the bulk of the damage that he's probably going to be experiencing is Syndra's, so...
Syndra's and Galio's.
Yeah. But Alawi also will be sitting in the back line. Alawi gets a BF sword. Is she going for the GA early?
Infinity Edge?
Infinity Edge Alawi. they do need an 80 carry, so...
Remember last season? So, for those kids who do watch pro play, spring playoffs, SK Gaming's jungler, who is now Fnatic's jungler, he ended up taking Infinity Edge on Rek'Sai.
Wow.
They lost that game. They lost that game. I imagine.
Spent a lot of money on a item that's not going to do a ton for him.
And Vedius was like, wait, he's not ever going to crit. He has 20% crit. Both junglers were in the pit. The red team did steal the Drake. Now the Pantheon is going to jump in, uses everything, but now the Nico's trying to help keep everybody away, but they cannot. And now Varus has to flash and run away. Now Nico's going to have to use her cleanse and her flash, and with that is a 3-for-1. Varus is still on the run from the Alawi. The Alawi did get the
Oh baby.
the spirit and is going to jump onto him.
Yes.
And the last little bit from the corrupting potion actually is what got the kill there.
Yeah, so that's exactly why you go Black Cleaver on Alawi, because you kill that spirit and you just run them down. You just absolutely run them down with it. Bonus 60 movement speed. There's no way. They're slowed by 80%, and you just get to run them down. Really well played by Greedy Croc there.
He's trying to keep him here, but does get the flash off. Nautilus a little too far. Is going to actually go down.
Wow. One thing I will say about that dragon fight, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was just the Syndra and Pantheon that zoned off like 3 members of the Team Spare parts.
Yeah, because Jarvan and Zac were like the only 2 in the pit.
Yeah.
But now they're losing this turning trade.
Oh boy.
And now Mordekaiser is able to just go right under tower. Doesn't care. Oh, no, he's got the hook on the Syndra, and now Syndra's going to try to take out the Varus and does so. Now the Alawi is going to try to return and does have the GA, as you were mentioning earlier. Is trying to return fire. Does take down as much as he can, but does have the GA go down.
Whelming with the hooks. That was a super clean. Missed the lollipop on the towers just to hit the Syndra there. That was really well played by Whelming.
I like seeing supports that play engagement champions. I hate seeing like from last season even the Lulus and the Sorakas and the Janus. I hate that. I like playmakers. And you know what? This guy is a playmaker.
Like that. Yeah. Whelming coming in clutch for Team Spare Parts here.
I don't know what he's actually trying to build because he's got the Spectre's Cowl, and then he has a Chain Vest. So I'm not sure what he's going to go for first.
Yeah, you would think Gargoyle's Stoneplate would be a no-brainer here in this one because he's definitely got to be diving that backline.
He also has to be close enough because the Mordekaiser's not going to be there for that front line. Zac's going to be way out into the front.
That's very true. So yeah, his job is really to sit on top of Varus.
Sit on top of Varus and make sure that he doesn't get hit by stuff. Oh, they do catch out the Alawi. The Alawi does not have her ultimate. Or no, she does. She doesn't have her GA.
For here. Yeah, a little overextended there by Greedy Croc. No vision really, except for the one pretty deep ward. Yeah, I would go blue trinket here if I was this Alawi. If your plan is a split push, you definitely need to be providing wards for yourself to make sure you're safe.
Because obviously your team isn't going to do it for you.
The Pantheon finishes Bob123360 finishes the Death Dance. So
we call him Bob Bunch of Numbers.
Bob Bunch of Numbers finishes the Death Dance. 25 minutes, not terrible. I mean, granted, he's getting an abundance of stats from that item. Plus the passive's really nice. Not super efficient on the gold, but let's see what he can do with it. I mean, Death Dance is a strong item.
Yo, real talk, if he actually does change his name to that, we will wholeheartedly accept it.
Bob Bunch of Numbers.
Yep. But with that, we do have about a 2,000 gold lead for Team Spare Parts. So a couple of gripes in item builds. Yes, the Death Stance on the Pantheon, but also for the Varus. You want to / love going for Umbral Glaive just because it is so gold efficient for you on Lethality Varus.
Very true.
And he's going for a Duskblade.
Yeah, the Ghostblade rush into Duskblade is kind of like a solo queue build, I'd say. I concur that I think the Umbral Glaive is a no-brainer here. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Nico going in does get a massive ult off. And now Whelming is trying to escape, but does go down to the ignite of Bob Bunch of Numbers. Now the Mordekaiser is in the back line, does burn the Alawi.
Yeah.
And now the Nico does snare up the Jarvan. Jarvan does get his stopwatch off. Syndra is trying to get as much damage as he can. Now Varus is going to go down to the Jarvan eventually with that Q. The Zac is going to live. Does actually get over the wall just barely
Monte
and does
Carlo with
smite
the
the
great
dragon.
escape.
He smote the dragon just to get the health back. And his smite will be up in time to try to steal this, actually. He's going to look for it. Galio is looking low. They're going for it. Oh, he got the dragon!
Steal. Monte Carlo and Minor Threat. Really well played from them. Good coordination with the Nico slows coming out of the Glacial build. That was huge. And the threat from her flank really pushed off the rest of the team. So Jarvan was the only one burning the Drake. Really well played there from Team Spare Parts. They've tied up the drag score too. It's 2-2 right now. One thing I do want to say about that last team fight is men's women's Torment. You know, it started out really great for them, and they were able to close it out. You know, Alawi was doing a ton of damage there in the middle of the fight. I'm not sure what went wrong for Team Spare Parts there. Was it just a disconjointed engage, maybe?
So with Team Spare Parts, it was mostly the resets that they got with the Galio and the Jarvan stopwatch.
Sure.
It was able to help them, and it was just able to help them push around, while the Jarvan also went into the back line to get to the Varus after.
Alawi's GA is back. Looks like she's going to be going for the Death Dance third item.
Yep.
So I do like the GA as an item, but
Again, priority.
Yeah, I don't know about building it.
Oh, and now the Pantheon at 4-man bottom lane. Now they're rushing to the Baron. Galio is the only one there. He's going to try to stay alive as long as he can in this stasis. And now they're going to pick up the Galio. Now they're looking to try to get this Baron before they show up. They don't have any way of matching it, so they're just have to go for the bottom tower. Jarvan is going to try to make a steal. Desperation plays. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. He's not going for it this time around. He's accepting its fate.
Yeah, I gotta commend men's women Torment here on this one. You know, this is a situation where there's really nothing you can do about Team Spare Parts getting the Baron. Good on them to try to make something happen out of the play. You know, try to trade some objective back. They're probably
they
gonna
actually
get the turret.
They don't have an 80 carry, but they are going to do just enough damage.
Oh no! Finish it!
Syndra did get it, but she's going to die for her sins. And now Zac goes in and does hit the Alawi, and now they're going to bounce around her, and down goes the GA.
Just a bit of an overstay there. You know, that last auto, any of the melees could have done it. Yeah. They were just trying to get the heck out of there because they knew they overstayed. Those Baron recalls, they're going to be coming in hot. So they were doing their best to get out of there. Pantheon actually, does he ult out there? Or does he just boogie on out with the air soul?
Boogie,
or the air effect from the jungle. Gonna start building a push in bot lane here. The AMO on the Mordekaisers shoving in the top wave. Alawi should have no problem matching him, but with Alawi out of the fight, Team Spare Parts are gonna have an easy time shoving down these towers. Checking in on items here, we've got a
And now Jarvan is going to collapse onto the Varus. The Varus just barely gets clipped by the Galio ultimate, but he is able to sit in the back of the fight. And now they're all able to push him away. The Jarvan does jump into the Varus. It does actually take him down. Now Mordekaiser is getting beat up. Does take on the Alawi. The Alawi is getting a little bit of damage taken. A little bit turns into a death. And now the Zac is looking for another fight onto the Syndra. The Syndra barely doesn't get hit by that Q. And now Minor Threat had to use his stopwatch to get out of the aggro.
Wow. Yeah, really well played by Team Spare Parts there. You know, Mordekaiser TP's in to make sure that this fight is a 5v5. You know, they Men's Women's Torment does a great job of doing the press R comp. They get on the backline. They do get the Varus, but it's unfortunately not enough because Mordekaiser is just rampaging through their backline.
Mordekaiser is the big boy.
Yep. The 10 kills. He's got 3 items to allow his 2.5. It's really ahead here. He's got 2k gold on her. And they're definitely in position to secure this third Drake for themselves. Pending any shenanigans from Men's Women's Torment. Oh, no, Jarvan.
Oh, there's the shenanigans! And he didn't get the flag and drag out. He flashes over, but it's too little too late. And also, why would you flash that way?
Yeah. An unfortunate face check. You really don't want to be face checking into this team. You can't confirm that they backed. You don't really have the vision to see them.
So the Jarvan actually, I thought he saw a BF sword on him. He actually went for the gargoyles.
Yeah, he was huge in that last fight. I mean, he had gotten, popped the gargoyles after he went in. That was what allowed him to get on to the Varus near the end of the fight. Syndra's caught.
Syndra's Banshees are down. They do try to lock her up. They get the Yalawi as well on the back of this fight. And it does. Oh boy, that is unfortunate for the AMO. And now they're going to lock up this Galio. Galio's trying to escape. He does flash back into his own base. And with that, that'll be another 2-for-1 in the favor of Team Spare Parts.
Yeah, really well played by Zyari there to make the best out of a bad situation. When you get ulted by the Mordekaiser, you pretty much expect to die, but he plays it really well.
Yeah, the slows, the flashes, everything. And now they're actually re-engaging, and they're doing really well on the Minotaur. Minotaur's really low. He only has about a 400 or 500 HP left. Now Zach is trying to escape. A bunch of numbers is down from the Varus. The Varus is taking all this damage. He throws his Q out a little awkwardly. Probably was just a misstep on that one. But
Wow.
with that, they are going to pick up this inhibitor. And with that, they're going to reset and get ready for the next objective, which is Baron in a minute 30.
Yeah, so Team Spare Parts, they're able to get like the full brunt of a Baron power play into the base of Men's Women's Torment. I think Alawi dies 2 or 3 times in that engagement. Just really well played by Team Spare Parts to keep pressing their advantage, keeping Men's Women's Tournament on the back foot. Checking in on items here, we have an Abyssal Mask coming in on the Galio, so he's huge right now. He's a beefy boy. Morello Namicon and the Proto Belt. Black Cleavers on both the top lane and the jungle. GA coming back online for the Alawi, and Death Dance still not completed yet.
Does look like they will be trying to fight before the Baron does spawn, and Galio does ult onto the Alawi's position. Alawi does survive that engagement, but now this is not. Nautilus does hook onto the Pantheon. The Pantheon does go down. Now the Mordekaiser is still trying to fight barely and doesn't quite just get the Galio. Does get him with the R. And now the Varus on the backside. Varus is going to help make sure that Jarvan goes down. Does barely get the snare onto the Jarvan, or onto the Alawi. And now with that, it is a full 5-man for 4.
Wow. What? That team fight started out so well for Men's Women's Torment, but Team Spare Parts is just slapping them in the face with their gold lead at this point.
I lost track halfway through that fight. So I'm just like, oh god. And now... And now Nico is going to take out the Syndra with that last little bit of damage. The R actually came up a second time due to all the CDR.
The base of Men's Women's Tournament is being absolutely wrecked by the super minions right now, and they're picking up the Baron. Plus minor threat shoving in the mid lane. But yeah, as I was saying, the gold lead is showing up here for Team Spare Parts. They are just absolutely running the map at this point.
Yeah, now with that, Drake spawns in another minute. That'll be Soul with 3 Wind Drakes. That sounds very, very scary,
Yeah.
especially with the Nico. She could pop her R, run in, and it's like you're not running away from that. Like you have to sacrifice somebody to the Nico. And I think that's either Galio or Jarvan, just because of the stone plate.
Yeah, Pantheon looks like he's going into the Black Cleaver next, so he's building like he's a top laner with a support budget. So 37 minutes, he's only got 1 item completed.
Ooh, nice grab onto the Alawi. The Alawi uses her E, does get drawn into the Death Realm. The Death Realm does help take down the Alawi. Now Mordekaiser is going onto this Galio. Galio is going down, does pick onto the Jarvan. And Jarvan does go in with the Flag and Drag and the Gargoyles. Mordekaiser does dodge it. And now Jarvan is going to go down eventually. Oh no, he actually lives, and thanks to the Triumph proc, is actually going to make it out alive with the Syndra, but their base is completely and utterly devastated.
In shambles.
And it looks like with that team spare parts, it's going to take game 1.
Yeah, men's women's Torment finally executes the combo with their ultis, but it's too little too late.
Yeah, so better item priority, and it looked like Pantheon was going for a Black Cleaver.
Yeah.
You already have 2, you don't need a 3rd, and you're a support who's 1 in 10. You need to either have like really good gold income with buying really cost-efficient items like Umbral Glaive or Ghostblade.
Any lethality items would have been more efficient, because you're looking at like a 6k gold power spike here, which on a support, you might not ever get to that in a game.
Yeah, like you feel good if you can get to 1 item usually as a support. When you get to 2 or 3, then you're like, I'm rolling in bank.
Yeah.
But enough of that game. Mr. Producer, we are going to go into a break for just a couple of minutes, so take us away. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We are in Game 2 of Men's Women's Torment versus Team Spare Parts. It was a grueling bloodbath that lasted almost 40 minutes long, but Team Spare Parts did take it in the end.
Yeah. Almost off the back of the Mordekaiser, he absolutely ran away with that top lane. He had, 13 kills by the end of the game? Really
I
well
didn't
played by
even
the
notice.
AMO.
Yeah, good performance from him. We now turn to Game 2, where we see quite different team compositions for both sides. We do have a more standard AD in the bottom lane. I believe that's a Tristana mid lane with an Akali top lane, set support, and Trundle jungle.
Yeah, or vice versa. Trundle and Set actually really good flex drafting here. I think out of Men's Women's Torment. They know obviously that Bob Bunch Numbers is good at the Pantheon. He just needs to use his gold a little more efficiently. So definitely very flexible there. Whereas Team Spare Parts, they've got almost like a split push comp here going with the Fiora.
Well,
Little bit,
they have a team fight comp, I'd say.
yeah. I think, maybe just really playing for the lane matchup there for the AMO, but I feel like with this team comp, you probably want more of a bruiser in there to help really round out the comp a little bit. But who knows? Maybe he's just feeling himself from game one.
I would have put it past him.
There you go. And the Mordekaiser was banned away, so maybe with the Darius M ward being banned out, maybe he just doesn't have a bruiser that he's as comfortable on. The run back on the Varus Nautilus, that lane worked out really well for Team Spare Parts, so they're going to look to capitalize on the range advantage they're going to have with either Set or Trundle at support for the side of Men's Women's Torment. And Kai'Sa, while she will outscale the Varus, I believe in lane she won't have the priority, especially with a melee support.
Yeah. So, actually, I really favored the Set into Nautilus matchup really heavily. And the fact that Set can help proc one stack at least of Kai'Sa's passive.
Oh, very true with the Facebreaker.
It's going. I think it's going to be the Kai'Sa Set that wins this lane.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good for Men's Women's Torment too, because Kai'Sa's going to outscale this Varus, especially if he goes for the poke build.
All right, enough with the talking about theoretics. Let's get into the action. Mr. Producer, bring us on in. And with that, game 2 is underway. Who's going to win this match, chat? Men's Women's Torment or Team Spare Parts? Who do you think? I have no clue.
Well, if we're
I actually didn't check, so I have no clue.
So, if we want to tip I think again the draft goes to Team Spare Parts here. They've got a really cohesive comp. On the side of Men's Women's Torment, one thing that they are missing is an engage. They
There's
really
the speedy sit-ups.
was set sit-ups there in the drive
Yeah,
rush.
so while the dance is to do the push-ups, I think there's a way to make it so that way you do like them super fast. I don't remember what it was.
But yeah, I really like Team Spare Parts comp here. Again, it just has that universe or that cohesive identity that they just want to go forward. Wow, big trade there onto minor threat.
Yeah, Tristana is going to have. It's kind of like the Lucian from back in season 7. Tristana is just a really good bully into champions like the Orianna early.
Men's Women's Torment do some swapping actually. Zyari is now in the mid lane on the Tristana. And Bob Bunch of Numbers is playing top on the Akali.
Tristana does use the jump, doesn't get the Qs for her other ability, which is fine, but does do a bunch of damage to the Orianna.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Seth's running Omni Stone. Spicy. Seth is one of those champions that can really use almost any keystone, so I do like the Omni Stone on him, especially in the support role. But in top lane, you really want to stick to the Conqueror Grasp.
Yeah. Oh, does go in. Does look like she's going to go and try and get this kill. Did get the second jump.
Wow.
And down goes the Orianna.
So well played by Zyari. I don't know if Zyari plays this champion a lot, but he looks to be very familiar.
And see, there goes Set, and down goes Varus. Now they're going to turn on to this Nautilus. Did get the grasp, but did not get the grasp rock.
Yeah, lots of early game aggression coming out of teams or men's women's Torment here. Really wanted to start this one off with a bang. Bob at a significant CS deficit. While this CS is even, Fiora's got almost a full wave here to pick up. That early poke onto the Orianna, which did end up getting converted into a kill, kind of hurting Akali in her own lane. Oh, Zach's coming to the gank.
And Akali is looking to get out, and Zach doesn't have enough points into his E. Is going to walk into a trap, but does ward.
Wow.
But now the Amo's a little stuck. Now he's got to... Ooh, nice W to dodge the damage from the Trundle, but kind of uses up a little bit more than he bargained for. Ori is going to help to pick up this Trundle. Is trying to help pick up this Trundle. Should at least be able to pick him up if he flash Qs. Oh no!
Wow.
And Orianna just really playing like they don't know how to play against this. But it's okay because the Amo now picks up the double kill effectively.
So, I was just gonna compliment Bob on his Akali there. You know, really comfortable on this champion, but just oversteps.
As
you know,
soon as you start to think about it, then he's like, nope.
Just really bloodthirsty there, wanting to go in there and get that Orianna as well. I think he does pick up the Orianna, but cost him his life at the end. Gets the Hextech revolver, so Akali's halfway to her one item power spike. Ooh, good pull by Fat Tiger.
Yeah, see, like I as I said, like I really, when I play Nautilus, I really am afraid that the opponent thinks, hey, this is a good match to play Set into. And it's like one of his only like clear 100% counter champions that he can play into.
Oh, big face breaker.
Doesn't have the there's the W.
Haymaker.
Face breaker, Haymaker.
He's got Aftershock now with the Omni Stone.
Yeah, but he doesn't have his E. It's up in just a second. It's about to come up. Wait, Nautilus.
Whelming.
Oh, and he gets out!
Going for the outplay. Oh!
And then the Hex Flash. Oh, he did grab the Varus, and down goes the Varus. Now it's able to walk away. Omni Stone, Omni Stone. It's going to be fleet footwork.
Wow. So one thing that is apparent with this draft out of men's women's Torment is that they have all their comfort picks, it seems, because they are all they know that exactly how much damage they can do. They know when they can go in. So now they're just going to want to look to close out this game as soon as possible because Team Spare Parts, they're going to scale really well into the late game. All they have to do is get there.
Yeah, it's just going to be a long way to get there.
So checking in on items here, ammo went for the Ninja Tabis, which is actually a good buy in this game because they have almost all auto attackers. The only thing is it's gonna be a little bit of a deficit for the laning phase for her, but that's not gonna be too bad. We got the Bombi Cinder on the Trundle, so he's going for Cinder Hulk. Bombi's on the Zac as well. Vamp Scepter and a Null Magic Mantle for Tristana to the Sork Shoes and Amp Tome of Oriana. Tristana is getting it back in here though with 1500 gold, maybe picking up a Bilgewater here. Yep, Bilgewater Cutlass for the Tristana. Well on her way to a Manamune on the Kai'Sa, and what's probably going to end up being a Gargoyle Stoneplate Rush on the set, or possibly a Dead Man's Plate would be another good early item for him.
So it's a dead man's that you go first for set support.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, any movement speed items on set are going to be really efficient.
Yeah, and so the way how the rune setup is for set support, if you notice after he Hex Flashed, he gained a bit of movement speed.
That's because Nimbus Cloak.
Yep.
Ooh, Monte Carlo gets caught out here.
And
did not have a priority to go for that Scuttle there.
And just like that, he goes down.
Men's Women's Torment can convert this into a Herald. Yep, Tim Yim's going for it. Looking to solo out the Herald here. Should have no trouble doing that. Bob's coming to cover him as well. Yeah, this should be a Herald.
There's just a random pink ward there, just like, okay.
That was an interesting little bug there after set Hex Flash. He was just like sliding across the map.
Oh, Tristana does jump in and does ult the Zac very, very far away.
Yeah, I wonder if Zyari was going for the Elastic Slingshot cancel there with her ults.
Yeah, but unfortunate.
Oh, big shockwave!
Big shockwave. Amo does go a little too far in, I think. He does have to flash away from this Tristana. Tristana is a very big girl, so is the Akali.
And Minor Threat has no mana there. They definitely don't want any part of that fight, but they do get the red buff, it looks like. Is it on Minor Threat? No.
I think... Did it go on Zac?
Yeah, Zac smited it away, it looks like.
Yeah, Zac has it. Because nobody else does.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Yeah, even though the CS is pretty even in top lane, Bob Bunch of Numbers has a 600 gold lead here. 700 gold lead rather. With the 3 kills, he's got 2k. He's definitely got enough for that Gunblade. He's gonna hit that 1-item power spike, and then Ammo's not gonna want anything to do with this Akali for some time.
For quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Checking up on the other items here, Tristana's well on her way to a Bork. Just backed and got the recurve bow. Varus looks like he might be going for... Oh!
Did get onto the Varus. The Kai'Sa did get stopped by the Varus ultimate. Nautilus is trying to keep the Kai'Sa away from the Varus, but may actually just take him down in its place. Doesn't actually take him down, and that will be at least safety for now.
Yeah, Whelming again coming in big for
also Dark Harvest. Here. Dark Harvest stack for Set.
Oh wow.
Set wants to get the Dark Harvest stack because it increases the power of your Omni Stone. All right, there he's got the Dark Harvest stack that increases the power of his Omni Stone.
Oh.
Bob did get down the Varus, and now the Trundle will take down the Nautilus.
Oh.
This is running away for Men's Women's Torment.
Yeah, they got 11 kills to 2 here. So we don't love to see the emotes, but Bob Bunch Numbers really well played on the Akali. You know, you can tell he's got the mechanics down for this champion, which, you know, Akali being a very mechanically intense, I'll say, champion. It's really impressive to see it played this well. And the one item power spike comes in for the Akali. So, AMO, you're gonna want to get out of there ASAP, buddy. She's coming for you.
Yeah, she's like, I am not happy about these.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, they still do end up securing the Drake. But Tim Yim, you got to get out of there, buddy. This is a 1v4, even though the Zaxxon is
not what I
passive.
want. I don't want this. Ah!
I don't need
It's
it.
not I don't want it. I don't
Wow.
want it.
Good job by Monte Carlo there. You know, again, just the small little micro plays that these a lot of these Zac players have been making today. You know, using the plant there to get this stretching strike proc. Really well played. I mean, Tristana still gets out, but you just like I just like to highlight
And the
those types
terminal
of
still
things.
gets out too.
Yep. Oh, here it is. The one item power spike has been engaged. Oh, she's got the ult too.
Yeah, but she doesn't have the gunblade, so she doesn't think she has the true kill threat. Next time.
Yeah.
Literally
with
next time in just a
yeah.
couple seconds. Because also the Fiora doesn't have any lifesteal, so any healing is done through her vital procs.
Yeah. Ammo going for grasp here too. Very conservative play. Just maybe he just didn't know who he's gonna be matched up against, so just wanted to be on the safe side.
Yeah, like Set um or Kali.
Yeah,
I
Sat
mean,
Akali. I mean, could have been Tristana. You know, could have been anybody really.
yeah. So
Less
this is
likely, but
the power of what Men's Women's Torment also brought back in season 1. They like to swap around all of their players,
yeah.
so nobody really stays in one location too long. Does get a good shockwave onto the Tristana, and with that, Minor Threat does help to take down this Trist,
That was
who
a
has
great.
been. Oh, go ahead.
That was a great bait by Minor Threat there. He knows just how aggressive this Zyari has been playing on the Tristana, so he plays into that perfectly, uses the Q super aggressively, which, you know, makes Zyari want to go in because there's no more damage coming out of the Minor Threat, but lo and behold, Monte Carlo's waiting in the wings.
It make me sad. And Akali does get out with that R2. That is going to flash in, does get onto the Fiora. The Fiora is going to walk away, though.
Ooh, they've got position for the Herald here. Their bot lane's up here. Definitely have the tempo advantage. The only thing they're lacking is the Akali ult, really.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, checking back up on items. Kai'Sa has finished that Manamune, so she's working on stacking that up. She's got a pickaxe to follow that up, probably going into a Ginsu's Rage Blade. Varus just with a Bork at this point, so he's a little bit behind. Let's see, about 1.5k almost gold behind the Kai'Sa.
And Zac does jump in, does cancel the jump
Wow.
from the Tristana, and she is going to go down. Good.
Yeah, Monte Carlo coming in clutch here for Team Spare Parts. Really great engages and ganks coming out of him. Oh,
Now
they're looking for
Men's
more.
And hook onto the back line. Does get it onto 4, but nobody else is wanting to fight with them, seeing as it is a 4v5.
Yeah. A little bit of miscommunication there. Men's Women's Torment pick up the Herald, and they just want to get out of there. But Fat Tiger sees an opportunity to go in, but the rest of the team just doesn't follow up. Again, the right call is the one that everyone follows. So
Yeah. So now we're just going to go our separate ways. You know, we don't need this. We don't need this in our life. We'll come back later. Okay. We'll talk later. All right.
yeah, Fiora's looking to get probably a Tiamat here on her next bag. I think she has enough gold for it. 950 in the inventory with most of the components of the Tiamat. A Sheen on the Akali? Is that a typical?
No, it is. Well, so it goes into lich baiting. But,
Right, for sure.
I I think you would rather go for like a Morelos at this point.
Sure, an Oblivion Orb at least. You know,
Yeah,
maybe
because
the
that'll cut the Fiora, that'll cut the Zac. Varus isn't going for lethality; he's going for on hit.
yeah.
So it would be very efficient for that.
I just wonder if the idea here is to use the Sheen to help get the get her target down to low HP so she can proc that Dark Harvest. I wonder if she's going for more of like a bursty build.
Wait, she has Oh, I didn't. I never know that.
Mhm.
I thought she had electrocute.
Yeah, or Conqueror or something. But yeah, no, she's running Dark Harvest. So yeah, it looks like she's playing for the burst. Soul point for men's women's Torment. They are well ahead in this game. 3k, only 3k gold up, but up 4 kills and 3 drakes. So plus the 2 heralds, I believe that they captured. So
Good on them. Good on them.
wow, it's a big shockwave from Minor Threat, but no. Oh,
And now Monte Carlo does jump into them, but kind of just throws his life away. Now they're going to TP from the Akali, does get in. And now the Akali is going to wreak havoc on the back line. The Tristana jumps to try and help. The Akali does jump in with her R and is trying to get to that Orianna. Doesn't quite
little
reach
deep.
her. And now Fat Tiger is going to look to go down to this Fiora. No way out for you, sir.
Yeah, men's women's tournament kind of limp away from that. They are able to get a tower though out of the whole thing, so not horrible in the end. You know, they're up 3 towers to 0 as well as 3 kills, 4k, about 3k gold, and 3 drakes. So it's 3-3-3 across the board for men's women's tournament here. Checking in on items, we got a Dead Man's Plate coming in for the Trundle. Looks like Tristana's going to itemize into some crit here. She grabbed a crit cloak. Not sure what the Null Magic Mantle is for. She bought that pretty early, but hasn't really done anything with it. Kaisa's well on her way to the Ginsu's Rage Blade, and Set has finished his Gargoyle Stone Plate actually. So, and looks like he might be building into a Death Stance after that. Maybe, I'm not sure. He's got the Cloth Armor and the Null Magic Mantle. On the side of Team Spare Parts, Nautilus has picked up just a garage sale of items here. He's Minor Threat with a good shockwave.
Yeah, it's been catching out Zyari pretty well.
Yeah.
Nautilus does catch out the Akali. His ultimate is not used. He still has it available, and there it goes onto the Akali. Bob Bunch of Numbers is not caught out just yet. Throws the Q out. Bob, you need to stop using your masteries.
Yeah. So
And down you go.
did the Shroud there cancel Nautilus's ult? Because I believe he was
Yes. So
casting
the way
it.
how Nautilus's R works, if you lose vision of it, then it's refunded to you instantly.
Oh
You
wow.
still have used the mana for the cast, but the cooldown is back immediately. Nice shockwave onto 3.
Minor Threat has been landing some really good shockwaves this game.
Now with that, we're all going to reset. We're going to take our sweet old time and just going to go back to base.
Aiza
700.
finishes the Ginsu's Rage Blade, and Set does pick up the Aegis of the Legion. So either Death Dance or I guess it could be a Locket, maybe. Not sure.
It could be Zeke's.
Zeke's, that's right.
Because once he's in on the back line, he has that slow just hitting a bunch of people.
Very true.
Why, yes, I am the support here in this cast.
And then we got the Tiamat coming in for ammo. Looks like he's going to be going for the Titanic Hydra.
So I do not agree with the item choices for ammo this game. I just don't.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a garage sale going as well.
Like this is what like Camille like champions do, where they just like, I don't know what to buy, so I'm just buying everything.
Yeah. Titanic Hydra in and of itself is a good item, but it really doesn't take off as far as damage goes until you get some HP to go along with it. And Fiora typically doesn't itemize into HP, so I think the Ravenous Hydra really is the buy here. But in any case, Zach has a Spirit Visage, Bramble Vest, and he's finished his Cinder Hulk, to Trundle's Dead Man's Plate, and Kindle Gem.
And Hiku into the back line. Going to try to make sure that he does as much damage as he can. The Shockwave does go onto the Trist and the set, but now the Kali rips through the Varus, and down goes 3.
Yeah, Bob's mechanics on this Akali really shining through for men's women's Torment in this game. And that's Soul for men's women's Torment. So 4 to 0 drags.
That's a feels good, man.
Yeah, the 22-minute Soul. And it's Cloud too, which is going to work really well for champions like Set and Akali, who, you know, while not ulti reliant, it's a huge part of their combo.
Yeah. I mean, it helps the Kaisa for after she ults. She has that huge boost of movement speed.
Absolutely, and Trundle's ult was recently buffed to a shorter cooldown even, so...
Let's see, is Amo going to be able to get out? Does use the R to actually give him the movement speed.
The movement speed, yeah. Yeah, that and the Cloud effect is going to definitely get him out of there pretty quick, so... Very safe on the Fiora. Ginsu's Rageblade finished on the Varus, so he's going to start pumping out some DPS. I think he's going to want to pick up a Hurricane, which is probably what that dagger is for, but he does not have Boots 2 yet either, so maybe going for the Berserker Greaves. Got an EX Calling coming out of the Fiora, and Akali has finished her Lichbane. Akali really needs to start picking up some CS, so she does not fall behind.
Yeah, like she's relying a lot on the kills in this game.
Yeah.
And that's not a reliable source of gold.
Nope. Jugram, on the other hand, 180 CS, that's pretty good.
They found each other. But
Zyari showing no fear, jumping into the Fiora.
And actually gets Insect onto her.
Wow.
And now down goes Fiora.
Yeah, Fiora without that ultimate.
And Bob is trying to run away now from the Nautilus and the Zac.
Yeah, Kali's so fast there, and with the Cloud, you know, good use by both teams here, using the Clouds to get out of these really sticky situations.
I like that Insect. That was a good Insect.
Yeah, really well played by Zyari there. Just, you know, knowing exactly how much damage the Tristana can do, and recognizing that Fiora does not have the ultimate, so it's an easy duel for Tristana there. Fiora picks up another longsword, probably going to finish that Maw Malmortius.
Yeah.
Fluden's Echo and Oblivion Orb on the Orianna, and of course, Stormrazor.
Oh, just barely doesn't get the shockwave onto the Kaisa.
Yeah, Stormrazor complete on the Tristana. Oh, engage.
Ooh, nice buffer on the Nautilus Q to get the Triss. Now going to ult the Zac so that way he can get the most amount of stats possible. The Zac is going to fall into his passive. Nautilus is dying very quickly. They're going to actually have the teleport go onto him, and the Fiora is going to help try to save him, but doesn't. And this Bob Bunch of Numbers kid, he actually survived.
Yeah, so slippery on the Akali. Just knowing exactly what he can and can't do. Just you can tell he's definitely limit tested this Akali.
Yeah, like he's limit tested this in a few other games before this one.
All those reps on Akali paying off here.
Apparently. Nice little shockwave, but it doesn't do enough.
Oh, Varus. Yeah, you don't want to be there,
Down
bud.
goes Varus. Ori's trying to catch onto the set, but now
No
he's got to watch
mana.
out for Trundle's just going to flash over. And so is Set. Set's going to get the pull,
Wow.
and that is going to be death.
Yeah, I mean,
At
this
that
really
point, you just
does.
kind of go like, well, we won game 1.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's a positive trade for the Orianna, but I mean, they're gonna be able to get a lot of pressure off that kill.
Kai'Sa's
So
looking to go onto this Fiora. Fiora actually ended up using her R, and Kai'Sa just kind of walked away.
unfortunate. Uh, so it looks like Set did end up going for the Locket, and
now
Nautilus is going for an Aegis as well. So either a Locket or a Zeke's, correct?
That is correct. So with going Locket first, you're saying that you're going, or sorry, going with Aegis first, you're saying you're going for Locket. With going
Mhm.
for Glacial first, you're saying you're going for Zeke's.
Gotcha.
You could also be going for Righteous Glory is the other item that you could possibly do, but neither of them chose that.
Right.
And with Set being as ahead as he is, that Kindle Gem is going to be for a Knight's Vow.
Ooh, yeah. So this is a great representation of what Bob Bunch Numbers should have done on the Pantheon, because Set is getting so much more value out of his gold here by not rushing like a Deadman's or anything like that. So that's a great adaptation, I think, from the support swap. Ooh.
Oh, does land the ultimate onto the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa is going down, does actually get out, but doesn't use her R. She's actually going to die. And now the Kali is going to get ulted by the Nautilus. Nautilus does get onto her, but doesn't actually get to stick. And now Tristana is on this Fiora.
Oh,
Fiora
wow.
is going to flash in the back line and does actually look like they're going to take her down. Fiora does go down to the Set. The Set does get taken down as well, but the Akali runs through the Zac and now through the Nautilus to the gate.
Wow. Yeah, that was a great ball delivery from the AMO with Minor Threat there, but...
As you were saying, down goes Minor Threat to the Trundle, it looks like, with the Chomp. Technically, that was a 3 for 5. Kai'Sa, the fight lasted long enough for the Kai'Sa to respawn.
Yikes. Yeah, almost a 10k gold lead here for men's women's Torment. There's, I think for Team Spare Parts to claw their way back into this game, they really need to get Fiora off into a side lane. Putting opposite map pressure to help with Team Spare Parts secure some of these objectives. They really have not been able to get much of anything as far as neutral objectives go. The whole game they've only got 2 turrets in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and that's just a byproduct of how well the laning phase went. Like they were up I think 11-4 at one point.
Yes. Yeah, the kill pressure and the comfortability on these champions coming out of men's women's Torment is really shining through. So comps aside, comfort has really been the difference maker in this game. Tristana shadowing the Fiora.
It's like, I'ma get you. I'ma get this. It's like, I have Elder now. You can't stop me.
Yeah, and Tristana's got 2.5 items to Fiora's 1 in a garage sale.
Like these are just moments where you just like, oh, what, Andy from Parks and Rec, just that like look of distraught and just like eek, where he's just got the eek face.
Gargoyle Stoneplate on the Akali. So it's a good item, don't get me wrong, but it reduces your damage when you pop it. So I don't know if that's a great pickup on Akali. I think if you're gonna go a stopwatch item.
Yeah, like Zhonya's.
Men's women's tournament looking to end the game here with the Elder Drake pressure.
Yeah, God, like that just looks so like nice and pretty.
Oh.
But Turtle just going on this Oriana. Roar! There's one. Here's two. Where's number 3? It's coming soon. Akali is trying to keep them at bay. There's
Pop
3
the
from
gargoyles.
Mr. Tim Yim. Zach uses his E just to get back into base. Oh no.
Yeah, that looks like that's gonna do it here. Men's women's tournament, barring insanity, should wrap this
Barring
game up
clear
here.
insanity from a Nautilus and Zach.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
Yeah, so that'll be it. Game 2 going to the side of men's women's tournament for a 1-1 split for the first cast of today. Congratulations to them, and we definitely look forward to seeing both teams in playoffs this season. Any final comments, Mr. Roscoe, before we head on out of here?
You know, GG's from both teams. I think that if Team Spare Parts could have been able to slow that game down and pick up some neutral objectives, it would have been a little bit closer, but men's women's tournament just run away with the second game.
No, I'm laughing because Bob died at the end. He sold his vision item. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, that'll be it for this cast. I have finished my rounds for today. I put in my time. Roscoe and I, we're going to be done. We are not done for the stream for today, though. We will be back with another match coming up in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere. Stay beautiful. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Game 1 between Unfinished Business and RP Purple. What is the
Yeah, so we've got an exciting matchup. This is in the Noxian division. My name is Randomonium. I got Jelly Roll as going to be my color caster, and it looks like we don't have the pro drafts, but the drafts look pretty even from my perspective. What are your thoughts on the draft?
my thoughts are the blue side has a bit better of the early game in the bot lane. The mid lane matchup is just gonna kind of be Galio surviving until he can hit ult. Sejuani Zac jungle is a classic wait till 6, see if something happens. And then Nar should have the bully advantage in top lane over Esports.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think that Nar should be able to get a bit of a push priority with his mini form, and then any type of trading that happens, he should be able to sustain it up when he turns Mega. Sejuani does have a little bit of an earlier priority on Zac. She can gank 3. Zac usually wants to wait until at least 4 before he ganks. And I agree that Galio just kind of needs to survive against the Lux. Galio can get some good push prio if he's trading, spell for spell. If he can keep the Lux focusing on using her spells on the minion wave rather than attacking the Galio, then perhaps he can weather the storm. And then bot lane, I do think that the Jinx, Senna have the poke advantage early, but Ashe and Nautilus have a lot of kill pressure if the Zac comes bot lane or once they hit level 6.
Personally, I would rather have the Zac Ashe Nautilus on my team than Sejuani, Jinx, and Senna, because Sejuani has no synergy without a melee champion in that bot lane. I would want to see Sejuani camping mid to get Galio to roam maybe either to a side lane or to invade Zac's jungle.
Yeah, the other big thing with the Sejuani is Sejuani has a lot of synergy with melee champions, so she's gonna have a lot of synergy with that Galio, so she can stack up her passive or Nar when he goes Mega. So yeah, I think I would prefer to have the Sejuani be looking to mid lane or top, and I'd be looking for the Zac to try and camp bot lane if possible.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The early Drake is probably going to be easier taken on the red side. The Ornn is just going to kind of survive top lane. Nar shouldn't really be able to bully Ornn out of lane, but we'll see what happens with this matchup.
Yeah. I do think that on the side of the red side, Anarchy Purple, that they actually, like mid-game is where they really start to come online. I do get a bit worried whenever I see a Jinx, that once that Jinx hits 3 or 4 items, it's very hard to stop her. So I do feel like the Lux or the Ashe has to get relatively fed in the mid-game on those mid-game fights. Otherwise, there's a possibility that Unfinished Business will outscale into the late game.
Yeah, that definitely is a scaling bot lane, but you also have to remember there are 2 ADCs in that bot lane, and peel is going to be a big issue for blue side this game. They have a lot of engage and almost no peel. Galio is almost exclusively going to have to be ulting the back line to keep them alive instead of ulting the front line. Want to do.
Yeah, definitely. But there are a few ways that they can knock. I think the main engage is obviously the Zac. Nautilus can engage, of course, too, in the Ornn ultimate. But there are quite a few ways to knock the Zac out of his E. Sejuani Q, Galio E, even like Mega Gnar can actually knock the Galio or knock the Zac out of his E if they time it correctly. I don't have much else. I think we should get into game. You got anything else?
No, that sounds good for now.
All right. All right, so I'm curious to see if either team's going to go for an invade. I think level 1.
There's a lot of pings already.
Yeah, it looks like red side is looking for some type of invade.
And we have a fan out start from blue side, pretty standard if you don't want to get invaded.
Level 1 does have a decent amount of CC.
Yeah, I would want to see red have the Nautilus go first and not the Ornn. But they missed the binding and nothing's going to happen of it. Do they get any wards on their way out?
Nope.
Does not look like it.
Yeah, and blue side does see them back out with that ward.
I'm amazed they didn't place any wards.
Yeah, I think that definitely was a mistake. They should have at least gotten ward down on the red buff to try and spot out where the Sejuani was starting.
They could have put one in the Raptor pit. They could have put one in the
That's
red
true.
buff. They could
That's
have
true.
put one on top of the red buff. Lots of places you could have put a ward, and they just decided not to.
And
So
blue team.
Johnny's going to go ahead and back for that sweeper. One of my favorite things to do in the jungle. Get that early ward and get that sweeper early.
Yep, and blue side could have invaded top side and got a ward on the red just to confirm, or the Raptors confirmed the Zac starting bot side.
Yeah, Galio Gnar is actually pretty safe. Neither one really takes any damage. There's that Lux on the blue buff.
Interesting, yeah, interesting level 1 ward by the Lux coming out.
Alrighty, we're gonna see people go back to standard lanes. Jungler starting on their bot side of the jungle. I'm surprised that Zac didn't try to double leash himself with the Gromp once it spawned. I like doing that. It speeds up your clear just a little bit.
I like to do it on second clear. I don't like to do it usually on first clear.
That's fair.
Because Zac usually already gets pretty low on his first clear. He actually skipped the Gromp entirely, went straight to Raptor, so he's going to need 4 camps in order to hit level 3. So he's most likely going to do blue, wolves, Raptors into red.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And he will not
almost clear into that ward on the blue buff.
Yeah, and he won't hit level 4 after he clears his Krug, so he'll have to actually go back and reset before he hits level 4.
I think he could have just gone straight to the Krugs and not the red buff, and he might have hit level 3.
That is true. Any 3 camps, if one of them is Gromp or Krug, to get you 3.
I think that would have been a better strategy than getting this this red buff that he's doing. I can tell that he's grabbing the Krugs from over the wall.
Yeah.
With his Q.
Nautilus goes in. They have vision on the Sejuani top side. That's a flash up from the Senna. So that's a 1-for-0 trade on summoner spells in bot lane. And yeah, exactly what you're talking about is that this Nautilus, you know, it's very hard to peel for the 2 squishy bot laners on the side of blue team.
I still think that's a worthwhile trade for blue side because the AD on red is the one that took the damage and the support's the one that took it on blue team.
Oh yeah, that's a great point actually.
And Senna has all that innate healing.
Yep. Ornn is a little bit caught out. Sejuani comes in. Level 3 versus level 3 right now. Zac is coming in from the backside. Gnar hops away, but he's on the wrong side of the map. Sejuani's trying to run to get back to her tower. Flashes out, barely survives.
That Conqueror proc.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be much worse since Gnar just Gnar'd out and he wasn't been able to get any kind of healing back.
Yeah, very lucky. I think that blue side anyone on blue side did not go down. Another engage on the Nautilus. That's Ignite going down. That's first blood going over to the Ash. Great play by the Nautilus. Great hook from the bush. Gnar's getting frozen out a little bit. Yeah. Gnar's getting frozen out a little bit right now. About a 10 CS lead.
Back in.
Yeah, 10 CS lead in top lane right now.
Gnar kind of needs Sejuani to help shove this into tower so he can recall without TPing back. Right now he has to expend his TP to get back into lane.
Yeah, you're in a bad spot if you're the Gnar right now, because now the second wave is coming in. You're not gonna actually get it under tower.
Missed the cannon. Feels bad.
Engage from the Galio. Sejuani's here. Taunt up on the Lux. Flashes out. Good idea not to go under the tower.
One auto short from a kill.
Yep. Yeah.
Lots of early action, but not a whole lot produced so far.
Another engage onto the Jinx. Jinx is forced to flash out.
And this is a free dive bot for Zac if he wants to come down there.
Yeah, heal also used by the Jinx.
There is no sums bottom except for that Ignite. If Zac tanks first and goes into Bloblitz, Ignite won't do anything.
So right now what I'm seeing is the top lane, the Ornn with good wave management with this freeze is getting a great CS lead, and then bot lane is getting really pressured. The Ashe Nautilus are really putting it to this Jinx and the Senna. There's almost a 15 CS lead in bot lane already.
Yeah, the red side is just looking like the better team right now.
Looks like Sejuani is trying to sneak the Drake. She went over the wall. The Ashe ward did not spot that out, and they do get the early Mountain Drake.
That is very good for the squishy team, getting the early Mountain Drake from the tanky one. So that should help a little bit. Late game for that Jinx Senna. It's not going to do a whole lot right now. But late game, it should, if they buy any kind of defenses, help them just a little bit with the dive. It looks like we're getting the first backs from the junglers. Zac coming back with just the Bomby Cinder. Looks like he's clearing to the bot side. I'd like him to see to try to dive for this bot lane as soon as the red team backs.
Mega Gnar goes in, gets the Gnar against the wall. That's his full combo. Ornn's still at about 2/3 health, but he is out of mana, so he can't really trade back.
And Gnar still hasn't back, so he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Ornn that can just buy items in lane.
Yeah, Ornn has got a lot of health with that double ruby crystal.
I think Ornn could kill Gnar here.
Yeah, Gnar's taking a lot of minion damage right now. He's got to get this wave under tower and then just get out of dodge, basically.
Lux is roaming up the river right now to kill that Gnar. Oh, he's staying. This doesn't look good.
Yeah, great job by the Ornn, like freezing out this lane. This is a very intelligent play by him. He doesn't want to keep autoing though. That's gonna cause the lane to push.
I think he's just trying to figure out where Gnar went. Gnar should have been recalling this entire time. He still hasn't started it.
Yeah, there's no reason why you wouldn't want to recall here, because the Drake has already been taken, so you don't need to save your TP. You can always just back TP. And it actually
get back to lane.
Yeah.
That's how much time he wasted. I also don't like seeing the Gnar take grasp in a matchup he should be bullying.
Zac goes in, not able to land the E, but does land the Q.
Unfortunately, the light binding will miss, and nothing will come of it.
Ash Arrow goes in, Nautilus also goes in on top of that. They got the root onto the Jinx, and that is the dead Jinx. So yeah, as soon as Ash hit level 6, she immediately ult in. They did have the level lead over the Jinx Senna, so great play.
There's still the depth charge available for this Nautilus.
Oh, yep, and then Sejuani's caught out. She's going to try and Q over the wall. Depth charge comes out.
And cast. And the flash from Senna.
Wow, that was a bit odd.
Worried about the pink ward she was standing on, I guess.
I think that was just a fat finger or something.
Potentially. She might not have actually known where Ashe and Nautilus went, or if Lux was closer.
So already we've got almost a 3,000 gold lead at 8 minutes for Anarchy Purple. Not looking good because the mid game is going to be really scary coming out from Anarchy Purple, and it.
This.
Yeah, I think he buffered it with his W. Okay. You're unstoppable in the W.
Yeah, I didn't see the W go. That's.
Ooh, going into the tower. Nautilus gets another kill. Gnar's now back in mini form. Ornn is calling out the ultimate.
And
Zac is there. Also, there's fighting in mid lane. Flash out from the Gnar, jumps over. He's playing this relatively well, but the Zac is here. It's a 2v1.
And Pink Goat missed the Q.
And that's the Gnar going down. But Zac winds up getting the kill. So Ornn does most of the work, but Zac winds up getting the kill. And they're going to wind up pushing out this lane so that the Ornn can get a reset.
They should be getting that arrow that's pretty free right now. This looks like what they're going to do. Oh, that is it.
Yep. That's Dead Jinx right there. Stepped over the ward. Ash Arrow comes out.
The Lux laser coming in, trying to KS it again.
I mean, that's standard Lux play, right? Every kill is your kill.
Usually it's from the support, though.
Yeah. Sejuani flashes E, flash Qs. We get a flash out from the Lux. That feels like it's a little bit more of a tilt play. That was a very low.
Imagine having the laser now.
Yeah. That was a low success of it actually working, but they wind up getting the kill from the ult from the Jinx. Ornn's going in, Zac's going in as well, under tower. Galio does have the damage reduction, not able to finish him off. So the damage reduction and the aftershock. Oh, Nautilus traced the kill. Okay, 1-for-1. They do have the Rift Herald.
Up and just didn't sacrifice himself to the kill, so they had to give up their support instead.
Yeah, that's a bit odd. But they do some of the Rift Herald. Maybe that's why they didn't want to. Well, no, because Zac would have still come back. They wind up getting 2 plates. Ornn is back, and she can match the Gnar in top lane.
Unfortunately, all of those plates went onto Zac, it seems. not the best place to be putting this. But with your
Yeah.
lanes having the leads that they do, I don't really think it matters.
And additionally, it's usually you want to use the Rift Herald to try and get the last couple plates rather than the first couple plates,
Yeah.
because of the additional armor and magic resist that the towers get. But yeah, they decided to use it on to get the guaranteed 2 plates, but it was on the tanks.
Like, if they just dove bottom, there's only 2 plates on that tower. The Rift Herald would have taken that with ease. Dragon's already up as well. That would have been a much better play.
Got some continued trade.